Bridges are one of the biggest innovations in world history. Without them, we would have no way to easily cross large bodies of water or long canyon gaps. These are a huge influence in everyday travel and are barely thought of. The first bridges were most likely ones of the arts of nature, including fallen logs across the rivers, streams, and large desert arches. Some of the first man-made bridges were made by the Greeks, and they used an arc design for their bridge. In the medieval times, monks began building stone bridges. These bridges became very popular and were used in a lot of different places. These stone bridges were not very strong, and they could collapse under a lot of weight. They needed to find a way to build bridges longer but could support more weight. After some advancement in world history, people learned to use metals such as steel and iron in bridges using metals and more powerful designs. Bridges continued to advance to using cement and more durable materials. Modern bridges are made of all metal and cement. They can be miles long and hold tons of weight. Interviewed a civil engineer. His name is Jason Weinstein. He's a part of the engineering process on the new span of the eastern span of the Bay Bridge, and we interviewed him with these questions. Our first question was, what do you think the world would be like without bridges? He said it'd be very boring for civil engineers, and you cannot span over large gaps without them. They connect people by making it easier to travel, and before bridges, you had to travel with ferries and carried less people and took longer. Our second question we asked him was, what are the major advancements we have made in the Bay Bridge? And he said there are two new seismic features. One, which is the hinge, two bands that meet. In the original bridge, the range of motion was only 4 to 6 inches. The range of motion being if there was like an earthquake or like high wind advisories. For example, the old bridge in the 1930s, if you've ever seen a video of it collapsing, that was because there was more movement than the bridge could withstand, which is why it broke. The new bridge, however, can withstand 4 to 6 feet of movement, which is a huge difference. Hinge pipe beams and roadways help with staying together with movement. Shear link beams connect the towers and hold them together. And the first Bay Bridge, once again, was not thinking of wind or earthquakes. Our last question we asked him was, do you think we will eventually, when do you think that we eventually won't need bridges? And he said, I don't think that's a very near possibility. I think we'll always need them. Maybe if there's like future cars, flying cars or something, I don't know. Something like that. But they always are going to be easier for transport, and it's not very foreseeable in the future.